Hi everyone, how are you? I hope that you are doing so well today. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Nina or Sinfulpluto, and if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks for joining us, and I hope that you enjoy your stay and receive a message that you need to hear for this upcoming week. We're going to be going over what's in store for us between November 4th through the 10th, and this time I'm changing things up. I'm trying to figure out things for myself. So this week we're gonna go by the element. So we're gonna do earth signs, fire signs, water signs, and then air signs. So let's just get right into it. I'm gonna leave timestamps below so that you can skip to your element. This is gonna apply to sun, moon, rising, and Venus. So let's just get right into it. So first we're gonna go into what's in store for earth signs. Again, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. If you have an earth sign in one of those planets, go ahead and watch this. All right, earth signs. Let's see what's in store for you, earth signs, this week. What's in store for the earth signs between November 4th through the 10th? By the way, if you're interested in the deck, it'll be linked down below. It's the Modern Witch Tarot, and I'm really in love with it. What's in store for earth signs this week? Okay, so much. What is in store for the earth signs between November 4th through the 10th? What's in store for the earth signs between November 4th through the 10th? Okay, we have the King of Cups that came out. Came out sideways though. So came out like this. So there's a bit of an issue with this King of Cups. It seems like I'll try to interpret both ways. But we have the King of Cups here. We have the Ten of Cups. Interesting. We have Strength reversed and the Moon reversed. Some of you could be dealing with a Leo, Cancer, or a Pisces this week. Or those could just be major energies going on for you between these dates. Bottom of the deck is a Page of Swords. Interesting. Under that is the Lovers. Could be dealing with a Gemini. Okay. So we have the King of Cups reversed. This could be your own energy, or this could be the energy of someone else. Reverse the rules however way you need to that fits your narrative. So we have the King of Cups reversed. I'll interpret it both ways. So having this card reversed essentially talks about someone who is emotionally unavailable, someone who's really insensitive, someone who isn't connected to their femininity, someone who's not connected to their emotions. This is kind of like a Capricorn card to me. Not necessarily in reverse, but just like a Capricorn card in general, but having it reversed would be more of the negative qualities of a Capricorn. So very, very, very restrictive Saturnian sort of stuff. Someone who lacks tact and diplomacy. I was gonna say anyways, so that could be one way of viewing this, but since it came out sideways, I am gonna interpret it upright as well. The King of Cups can also signify someone who is emotionally in tune, someone who is a little bit more sensitive to other people's emotions. Definitely someone who is a provider, someone who is very aware of how you feel. Even though the King of Cups is upright, there's still a distance that I feel with this, because like I said, when I see the King of Cups, I think of Capricorn, which is the opposition of Cancer, right? And so when I think of Capricorn as the provider of the family, I think of someone who definitely is devoted to the family, loves their family, will protect the family. But in terms of emotions, they're there, but it's still a little bit pushed back, if that kind of makes sense. Capricorn would be different to Cancer in the sense that yes, there's a lot of love for the family, but it's not necessarily expressed in the same way that a Cancer would express it, if that kind of makes sense. And so that's what I feel with this King of Cups. So there could be that overall energy here. And we also have the Ten of Cups, which talks about community. I don't know if, maybe this week some of you will find yourselves having a community party, a block party, being around family this week, or family could be of the utmost importance or of really of a lot of significance this coming week between November 4th through the 10th. I also wonder if this card is reversed, if the King of Cups reversed and the Ten of Cups here, if this is like this, I wonder if there's a King of Cups reversed who is kind of getting in the way of family, or who is trying to get in the way of family or of community. This person is kind of like a rotten, what is it called? A rotten apple? Like they sour up the bunch, if that kind of makes sense. That's kind of like the vibe that comes, like, if it's like, for example, like a long distance uncle or something who is just like really bitter and you don't really like being around them, that's kind of like what it feels like, where like there's a family member who could be flying in this week who's just like really not your favorite. They really sour the mood and they kind of just like put a damper on things. So that could be a possibility for some of you this upcoming week. There could be a sense of like a lack of compassion for you earth signs with this strength card here. Either a lack of compassion maybe coming from this King of Cups reversed. Maybe this person, like I said, is very insensitive. They don't really have a lot of compassion. They mostly think for like about themselves and like how things affect them. They don't really take into consideration other people, if that kind of makes sense. I also feel with this Strength card reverse, this person could be very controlling. Again, reverse the roles however way you need to, but the Strength card reverse to me would be like a power play or a power struggle, or feeling out of control. So maybe some of you might end up feeling really out of control within the family, feeling like you don't really have a say in things. Maybe you feel that a father figure in your life is taking too much control in the family, or who is just like being really, like kind of like being a dictator almost. And so that could be putting a damper on the family. And I feel that with this Ten of Cups, I mean, like the Ten of Cups is upright, which should signify like a happy home, a happy family. But we have the King of Cups reversed and the Strength card reversed. So there's something here that kind of has to be addressed this week, or there's some underlying thing that is bubbling and coming to the surface, especially with this Moon card reversed, where this basically talks about like things coming to light, secrets being unveiled, the truths being revealed, that sort of thing. So I don't know if there's like a secret that's coming up. I don't know if, for example, maybe you're just coming to the realization of something, having some sort of revelation, kind of like the veil is being lifted and you finally see the reality of a situation. Maybe some of you are realizing that this Ten of Cups isn't necessarily what it seems to be, or like it's not necessarily true. It's more of like an illusion sort of thing. This is interesting. Maybe someone, whether it's you or another person, could be revealing a secret to the family or to someone within the week. It kind of feels like we're just seeing the reality of a situation, like I said. Strength reversed to me can also signify someone who like is really hard on themselves. They lack self-worth. They don't really have a lot of inner strength. Really down on, like really hard on themselves. They kind of just put themselves down, if that kind of makes sense. So that could also be an issue within the family or with like yourself. Maybe there's someone who is putting you down, someone who's making you feel not worth it, someone who's making you feel like you're not really strong, like you don't really deserve greatness or anything like that. I also wonder if there could be some sort of like internal power struggle going on that is being revealed to you. Also, I wonder if with the Ten of Cups and the Strength card reversed, there are power plays or power struggles within the family, but they keep up the appearance that everything is perfect, if that makes sense. So let's see. Let's clarify. I want to clarify this King of Cups really quick. So who is this King of Cups? What are their intentions? What's going on here? So, oops. Okay, so who is this King of Cups here? Who is this King of Cups? Who is this King of Cups popping up for earth signs? It could also potentially be a water sign. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But who is this earth sign? Okay, we have the Ten of Wands and then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay, so this is definitely like a family or community thing that's going on. We have a lot of tens. Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, Ten of Cups. So something is coming to an end. There's an accumulation of energy that is taking place with this King of Cups. Ten of Pentacles would essentially talk about like stability, like a generational thing. This is like family to me. This is like, this would be like an issue that has been going on for like either generations or like it has been inherited or like passed down for a while within the generations, whether it's like grandparents, parent, kid, or just something. Like this is something that has like been passed down, or like this is something that like has been going on throughout the family line. Like it's kind of like a pattern that keeps on coming out throughout the family. Maybe this is I wonder if there's like a family secret that is being revealed this week for some of you earth signs. I also feel, because I have the Ten of Wands, so this is some sort of burden that's going on here with you earth signs. There's some sort of burden that you are bearing that's within the family, or maybe this is like a family burden, a burden that the family is carrying, something that's been carrying for a while, whether it is a secret. And it makes sense that there would be secrets being revealed this week for you earth signs, because Mercury is retrograde in Scorpio. So it only, and I also have the Eight of Swords reversed, which to me is like liberation, freedom, finally being able to speak your truth, taking control of your own life. So I really do feel that someone is kind of going to speak their truth. They're going to be saying something. They could be revealing the truth about something. Interesting. And I also have the Queen of Cups reversed. So we have this dynamic of the King and the Queen. And even though this came out crossed, I'm reading it as reversed for now, but that's really like, this could be in relation to like a couple, a family, something. But the Queen of Cups reversed to me would be someone who is really emotionally volatile, kind of toxic, honestly. Well, both of them can be really toxic. Really emotionally just like out of whack. Their emotions get the best of them. They can't think objectively. Their intuition is kind of blocked even because their emotions are so powerful. But there's just some sort of liberation. There's a liberation from something, feeling more in control, whether it's a Queen of Cups or King of Cups who is feeling a lot more in control this week. I want to see what the Strength card is about. So there's a burden that's not worth carrying I feel is going to be lifted this week for you earth signs, whether it's you or someone in your surroundings who is going to be either revealing a secret or getting something off of their chest. They're lifting a weight off of their shoulders in whatever way that might be. This could be something that has been inherited, like for example, like generational trauma or karma, if you so to speak. It's something like that. What is this Strength card here for earth signs this week? What is this Strength card? Reverse. What does this Strength card signify for earth signs this week? Seven of Pentacles reversed. And then bottom of the deck is the Page of Pentacles reversed. So someone is taking advantage of someone else's niceness. With this Page of Pentacles reversed, someone is like taking advantage of another person. This to me would be like especially with this Strength card reversed, where it's like someone is like walking all over another person, like really not taking into consideration their feelings. This King of Cups could be the one doing it. So I just see someone, whether it's you or another person, finally speaking up for themselves, revealing how they really feel, and no longer letting another person walk all over them, because it's definitely been a burden. And I feel like this is something that has been going on maybe throughout their life or like throughout the generations, like something that they've observed within their parents and their grandparents. And so they kind of like inherited those traits of allowing people to walk all over them, no matter what. And I feel like this person is just like finally speaking up about that, if that kind of makes sense. So whether it's you or another person who is finally speaking up for yourself, I kind of see that, happening. The Six of Pentacles reversed would be like no longer being complacent, because this to me would be like someone being complacent, someone being lazy, someone not doing the work, also inconsistency. So this to me would be like how one day someone chooses to assert their boundaries and then the next day they're like, you know what, it's fine, like I'm not gonna do that. And so like there's inconsistency in terms of like boundaries and in terms of like asserting yourself and speaking up for yourself. And so I feel like that is kind of like being brought to the table. Strength card reverse would be like how someone has very little like strength to stand up for themselves, to stand their ground, that sort of thing. And so I feel like if someone has been taking advantage of you, or if you've been taking advantage of someone else because they're just really nice and because they kind of just like let you walk all over them, that's definitely being addressed this week. And they're no longer going to be allowing that anymore because they're just tired of it. Like they're over it, really. So that's interesting for you, Earth signs. I really hope that this resonates. I'm thinking I'm just going to leave it here. I hope it resonates. Let me know if it does. Let me know your feedback. If it doesn't resonate now, let me know by the end of the week how it all turns out for you. Comment all of your feedback, like I said. Give the video a thumbs up. Share with your friends, family, loved ones. And subscribe. Hit the little bell to know when I upload my videos. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at sinfulpluto.com. The link will be down below. And if you want to find me on social media, you can do so on Twitter and Instagram at Sinfulpluto. So with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful week, my loves, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey, fire signs, how are you? I hope that you are doing so well. Let's just go ahead and get started to see what's in store for you this week, okay? By the way, I'm using the Modern Witch Tarot. It'll be linked down below if you're interested. In this deck. I really love it, so would highly recommend. All right, fire signs, what's in store for you this week? What is in store for fire signs the week of November 4th through the 10th? Oh, oops, way too many cards that flipped over. Alright, what's in store for fire signs between November 4th through the 10th? What's in store for fire signs between the 4th through the 10th? Okay, 2 cards fell out. Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Cups. Ooh, tea. Okay, so we have the 2 of Cups reversed and the 7 of Cups that came out. I'm not really a fan of this energy. If I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I'm really not. But let's hold our horses. We have the Knight of Cups and then the Queen of Cups reversed. There's so much water energy for you, fire signs. What's going on? What's going on? Wait, did I say the Queen was upright or reversed? I don't remember. Because it flipped and I don't remember if it was upright or not. Okay, I checked. It was reversed. All right, so we have the 2 of Cups reversed, 7 of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Queen of Cups reversed. What the hell is going on with you, fire signs? Some of you could be really dealing with a water sign right now. Your emotions are really being put on the forefront. Oh my god. So we have the 2 of Cups reversed, right? Which would basically signify some sort of breakup or disharmony within a relationship. You're not really seeing eye to eye, but I feel that with the 7 of Cups, there's still hope that things are going to work out in the end for some reason. This is really interesting. 7 of Cups to me would be like illusions, delusions, not really seeing the reality of a situation, a superficial choice. Something based on superficiality, like something that's just like, it doesn't go past skin, like it doesn't go, it's very skin deep, if that makes sense. It doesn't go past that. And then we have the Knight of Cups, which would essentially signify some sort of like offer, an emotional offer, a love offer to you, fire signs. I don't know if you're making the offer or if there's a water sign in your life who is making an offer. And then we have the Queen of Cups reversed, which would be which would signify either someone who is a water sign or someone who is overly emotional, very subjective. They let their emotions get the best of them. They're not the best at making logical decisions. Their intuition could definitely be blocked because their emotions are just so overwhelming. This could also just be someone who is a little bit emotionally manipulative, emotionally volatile. They know how to really get under your skin in order to get what they want, and they know how to make you feel guilty to get what they want, so to speak. And we have the Fool. which would normally signify a leap of faith, but I get impulsivity with this card, like not paying enough attention, being really mindless. Because when I see this card specifically in this deck, she's listening to her music, she's doing, you know, she's really enjoying herself, but she's not really paying attention to the cliff that's right here because she's so distracted by her music. And I just, and it's almost like the dog is trying to warn her, but she's just blasting those tunes, man. And the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Swords, which is someone who this is someone who jumps into something very blindly, and they don't take into consideration the consequences of their actions. Like, they just do something very impulsively. There's a lot of impulsive decisions here, a lot of emotionally impulsive decisions here. I'm going to clarify some of these cards because this is a lot of emotional stuff. So what does this Two of Cups signify for you, fire signs? What is this Two of Cups reversed here? Like I said, it could be a disharmonious relationship. I wonder if some of you are trying to convince yourselves that this is a healthy relationship. I wonder if some of you are trying to convince yourselves that this is a healthy relationship and that you're happy, right? Seven of Cups, when really it's just not a perfect match. You're not compatible at all, but you're trying to convince yourself that you are. I also feel with this Two of Cups reversed that this would be like... I wonder if you guys are like fantasizing over someone, like romanticizing over being in a relationship with someone who's just not really compatible with you. Maybe you haven't even met this person. Maybe you really idealize the idea of being with someone, but they don't even know you. They don't even know of your existence, or it's just something that's just not realistic or practical, or it's just not something that would be realistic for you to happen. But I see you kind of being caught up in this fantasy, in this ideal, in whatever this is. And it's kind of like you're just floating on cloud nine. And with this Knight of Cups, to me, this would kind of like signify how maybe some of you fire signs or another person, like I said this earlier, but reverse the roles however way you need to so that it resonates with your situation, because everyone's situation is, you know, slightly different, but the energy, you know, is similar. It's just expressed differently. So the Knight of Cups is some sort of offer. I don't know if like you are making a love offer towards someone, or if there's a water sign in your life who's making a love offer. I wonder if with the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Cups, this person is really trying to make it seem like they have improved themselves, that they are like, they are trying to put you under the illusion that they, you know, really want to be in this relationship and this and that, and the third, when in reality they come through as the Queen of Cups reversed, someone who is just like emotionally volatile, emotionally unstable. They kind of think more for themselves. Very emotionally impulsive and very easily blinded by their emotions, that they can't think logically. Like, their heart definitely rules all matters of their lives, and that's not necessarily the best way to handle things all of the time. So let's clarify this Two of Cups reversed. What is this energy for the fire signs this week? All right, so bottom of the deck is the Magician reverse, which to me would be like an ineffective use of your energy. Could also be Sagittarius, Virgo, Gemini energy. Oh, I knew I was gonna get that card. I have the High Priestess reversed. I knew I was gonna get that card. I had a feeling. So we have the Hanged Man here. So you could be dealing with a Pisces or just a lot of Neptunian energy. Again, with the whole illusion sort of thing, being under the illusion of something, especially with the Seven of Cups, dude. Like, there's something there, like there's something that either you are not seeing or someone else is not seeing about a relationship in their life, whether it's romantic or not. But there's a lot of emotions involved, and I feel like someone isn't seeing things clearly because their emotions are getting in the way of that. And I also see with this Hanged Man reverse that came out to clarify this Two of Cups reversed, someone is either trying to play victim or trying to be a martyr in the situation. I also feel someone could be feeling really stuck in this situation. Maybe they feel stagnant in some sort of way. Maybe they feel like their hands are just like tied behind their back. I also wonder with this Hanged Man where someone is trying to act innocent in the situation. Like, they're trying to act like they haven't gone off on you, if so to speak. You know, like someone is trying to like play it off like everything is fine and that they didn't have a meltdown, or that you didn't have a meltdown, if that kind of makes sense. Like, they're trying to turn the other cheek and make it seem like everything is fine, kind of just like push everything under the rug almost, and like try to make themselves seem like a saint to you, or even to like other people. Ooh, okay, so for some of you, the feeling that I get with this Hanged Man and this Two of Cups reversed is like, to the public and to the masses, this Hanged Man, whether it's a Pisces, a water sign, whoever it is, or whether it's you, whoever it is, fire signs, whoever this Hanged Man is, they're trying to make it seem like they're the saint, but they're trying to make themselves seem like a saint to other people. You know, like they're trying to portray this public image that they're this, like that they're a saint, that they're the good person, or that they're the victim, that they are the martyr, whatever it is, to kind of pin people against you or make it seem like you're being crazy, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? There's this whole issue with like illusions really coming to the surface for you, fire signs, this upcoming week. Magician reverse to me would also be someone who's definitely really good at lying, because this is mercurial energy, so that's Gemini, right? And so Geminis are really known for being very, did you hear that? Very mischievous, very mischievous. And so having this card reverse would be like using your powers and skills for evil, so to speak. Not like evil, but like for intents and purposes, evil. And this is like someone very charming, very optimistic, like very, very much a people person, someone very persuasive. They know how to get what they want. They know how to use their words in order to get what they want. Like very charming. Like think of like a snake charmer, kind of. And they just know how to get their way. They know what to say, when to say it, how to say it in order to make you like them, but to also get what they want from you. And so having this Hanged Man and the Magician reverse, I really feel like someone is like being like kind of like a trickster, so to speak, where they're really just, they're like being a trickster. They're making things seem one way when they're really not. And I feel like they're kind of trying to corner you, if that makes sense. So I would just be aware of that. It could also be you, fire signs, who are doing this, in which case be mindful of that and be aware of that, and ask yourself if this is the route that you really want to take. Yeah, I really feel like, I don't like this. I really don't. There's a lot of mutable energy here. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. A lot of immutable energy. So that to me would be like someone who's a chameleon. They know which face to put on in order to cater to specific people in certain situations. And it's almost like you don't really know who this person is, and that's why this person is not compatible for you, because you don't really know who they are. They're serving an illusion. They're not serving the reality. And so that's kind of where things are dangerous. And I think that for some of you, it's important that you don't accept their love offer if they are making an offer to you. Because your emotions could be getting in the way of it, because some of you could be coming through as the Queen of Cups reverse, where your emotions are getting the best of you and you're kind of like so caught up in your emotions and like, oh my God, like you're swooning over this person who just is perfect for you, when really they're probably not. And they are very aware of what they're doing, and they know that they're being a trickster. So that's just something worth being mindful over. Use your discernment, use your critical thinking, make sure that you're not allowing your emotions to get the best of you, because I do see a lot of illusions taking place this week for you. So, yes, definitely be aware of your emotions this week, fire signs, because I do see them either getting in the way of your decision making, or they're like used against you in some way. But I just see a lot of illusions that could be used against you. So just be wary of like new people specifically who come into your life who just seem a little bit too good to be true, because they probably are, and it could be very much a facade. So just something to be mindful of this week. I really hope that this resonates with you. Actually, I mean, like, I don't hope that it resonates and that you're like going through this, but if it does resonate, let me know. Let me know all of your feedback. Give the video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, share with your friends, family, loved ones, and hit the bell notification to know when I upload my videos. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at sinfulpluto.com. The link will be down below in the down bar. If you want to follow me on social media, you can do so on Twitter and Instagram at Sinfulpluto. With that being said, I hope that you have a wonderful week, my loves. Treat yourselves well, drink water, and with that, I shall talk to you soon. Bye. Hey water signs, how are you? Let's just get right into your weekly reading. Let's see what's in store for you this upcoming week between November 4th through the 10th. What's in store for the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, between November 4th through the 10th? What's in store for water signs this upcoming week? What's in store for water signs this upcoming week? All right, got one card that fell out. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Wands reversed. Okay, Three of Pentacles. Interesting. So some of you might have to go through some sort of like team project, a group project, or some sort of collaboration, or you might be encouraged to collaborate with other people, which is fun. Three of Pentacles. Seven of Wands reversed. Okay, so there might be a little bit of opposition in terms of that. Maybe you feel as though your teammates aren't really in your favor, working in your favor. Maybe it feels like they're cornering you. Someone could be feeling cornered, whether in a group setting, a work setting, something that involves some sort of teamwork or a group work or something like that. We have the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and then the Five of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. So we have a lot of pentacles here, which is money, stability, wealth, reputation, class, influence, power, that sort of thing. And then bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. T. Under that is the Emperor, and then under that is the Empress. Okay. T. Okay. So what I see for you, water signs, is that there might be a little bit of difficulty in terms of working with other people. They might make you feel cornered, or you might make someone feel cornered. The roles can be reversed. Reverse them however way you need to. However way resonates with your situation and narrative. So yeah, Three of Pentacles would be like working together, teamwork, that sort of thing. Seven of Wands reverse would be feeling cornered, feeling like everyone is against you, feeling that there's a lot of opposition. But I also feel with the Seven of Wands reverse, someone who like wants to give up before things even get hard. Like they give up before they even try. So I wonder if this is in relation to like working together. Maybe you're scared of working with other people, or maybe you feel as though like without even like trying to get to know without even trying to get to know one another or anything like that, there's just like this giving up and kind of you expecting other people to do the work for you, especially with this Queen of Pentacles reversed, which would basically confirm to me someone who gives up before they even try and expects other people to do the work for them. Someone who is made to believe that they are not good enough at what they do, or someone who like lacks self-esteem, self-worth, self-confidence, anything along those lines with the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And so because of that, they tend to give up. They don't put much effort because they don't expect themselves to do very well. And so they just hand it to other people. They expect other people to do the work for them, but they still want to take all of the credit for it, if that kind of makes sense. This to me would be like damsel in distress sort of vibe. That sort of thing. Someone who's playing the role of a damsel in distress, even though they are very much capable of doing whatever it is that they need to do. But this is just someone who's giving up way too easily, whether it's you or another person within as a group, whether it's like a friend group or like a work group, whatever it is. There's this sense of like a giving up before before even trying. Also, the Queen of Pentacles reversed to me would be like the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Seven of Wands reversed to me would be like someone who's just like a little bit lazy. Someone who's like lazy. Also, Seven of Pentacles to me, I mean not Seven of Pentacles. Why do I keep on saying Seven of Pentacles? Queen of Pentacles reversed to me would also be someone who like kind of uses their looks as a way to get what they want, so that they don't have to put in the work or the effort. This to me would be like the popular girl in high school who asks the nerdy guy like out on a date or something, and then uses that as an exchange for him to do her homework or something like that. That's kind of like what it feels like. Kind of like gold digger energy, so to speak. But this to me is just like someone who just doesn't really want to do the work, someone who's just like a little bit lazy. But also there just could be overall issues in terms of self-worth, that sort of like all the stuff that I listed earlier. I feel like that could definitely be an issue, which would impact the group work, and it might make someone feel very defensive even though no one is like attacking them, you know? So that's just something that's something worth noting that for you water signs, because I know that water signs can tend to be a little bit defensive, or they can easily be defensive. At least Cancer is, because I'm a Cancer. I know that as a Cancer, I can very easily be defensive when I feel like someone is attacking me, even though they're literally not attacking me at all. But it's just me, like, choosing to be mad, essentially. Like, choosing to perceive a certain situation in some way, even though the reality is just something completely different. So that's, like, the sort of thing. And so I feel like this week, the Queen of Pentacles reverse tells me that it's important to work on self-worth, self-confidence, self-esteem, that sort of thing, believing that you are capable, believing that you can do anything, and work on, you know, pushing yourself like outside of your comfort zone and pushing yourself farther than you thought you could go, and, you know, testing yourself to see how far you can go without asking for someone's help. This isn't to say that you're not allowed to ask for people's help, but if it's the immediate reaction that you have whenever you can't get something on the first try, that's kind of where the problem lies. So if you're able, like, you know, try a few times, whether it's like 2 or 3 times, 4 times even, before you go ahead and ask for someone's help. And when you do ask for someone's help, don't just expect them to do it for you. You know, try to actively learn how to do it so that the next time you know how to do it on your own without having to rely on other people. Because the Queen of Pentacles reversed to me would be like someone who's over-reliant or over-dependent on other people's work, other people's help, on other people's presence. And, you know, we can't always be doing that. We can't always be functioning based off of what other people can do for us, because then that takes away our power, and we need to be empowering ourselves. And so we have the Five of Pentacles reversed, which is telling me that the solutions are right in front of our eyes, right in front of us, but we might not be looking at them. And so I feel like solutions will be presented to us with this Five of Pentacles reversed. We just have to be paying attention to them. So don't be so quick to ask for other people's help, although it would be, you know, like if it's a situation where you absolutely cannot do it and you know that for a fact and you have tried, then, you know, ask for help. But, you know, I feel that you'll be able to do it on your own, and I feel like you'll be able to build yourself back up, or you're encouraged to build yourself back up this week. That's kind of like a main theme for you, water signs. Like re-empowering yourself. I want to further clarify this. Oh, I got the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so I wasn't even asking a question, but it just came up. Ten of Pentacles reversed would basically talk about an unstable foundation. So with this, tying this in with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, this lack of self-worth or self-esteem, or like feeling incapable, incompetent, that sort of thing, that could be something that stems from childhood. That could be something that, you know, like has just been deeply ingrained in you, and that's something that, you know, it could also be like something that has been like passed down throughout the generations, where you observed your parents, one of your parents acting that way, and so you kind of just like picked up on that. Whatever it is, this is kind of like a deeply rooted thing, and so it's kind of time to dig up those roots and plant new ones, and build better habits in terms of that. Like, although it's not necessarily like a habit, but like plant new roots. Obviously easier said than done. Absolutely. Does it take a lot of work? Yes. Does it take a lot of effort? Yes. Does it take time? Absolutely. But it's still very, very possible. Also, the Ten of Pentacles reversed to me would be like someone staying in a situation or in a relationship or whatever it is, some sort of circumstance that they're not necessarily happy in, but they're staying because they gain something from it, whether it's like in terms of like money, wealth, class, power, whatever it is. Like they're staying in something to keep up appearances. So if you're in a situation where you're just staying for the sake of like keeping up a sort of appearance, where you care a lot about how people view you, I feel like that's definitely something that has to be acknowledged and worked through. It's important that you are not just staying in something, whether it's a relationship, a job, a situation, just because you want to look a certain way. So that's just something to take note of. But I want to clarify this Five of Pentacles reversed here. So what is this Five of Pentacles for water signs? Page of Swords reversed. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Pentacles. There's a lot of Pentacles here. Okay. To me, the Page of Swords reversed would be someone who's kind of like being dishonest. I would also say that the Page of Pentacles reversed would be someone who is afraid of taking a risk, someone who lacks the experience, and they kind of continue delaying a new beginning, so to speak, because they don't have that experience, because they think that they're not good enough, because they think that they don't know enough. And I feel like it's just definitely one of those times, water signs, where you have to learn to take a risk. You have to allow yourself to take risks so that you don't just stay complacent in the same situation or circumstance for however long it is. There has to be change that comes by, and I feel like once you allow yourself to take that risk, I feel that you'll be a lot more successful. We have the Knight of Pentacles, which to me is like being really close to success. So I feel like once you take that risk, you'll be able to figure things out. And I think that you'll be like, I also feel that with this Knight of Pentacles, this is like someone who's independent and who has grown, you know, all of their plants, right? Like this is everything that she has grown, everything that she has accumulated over time. So I feel like once you kind of allow yourself to take that risk, you can be independent and do your own thing and grow your own value or worth, so to speak, or whatever it is that you want to grow, which is awesome. So you definitely have to take a risk this week, water signs. But with that being said, I think I'm going to leave it at that. I really hope that this resonates. I hope that I was able to give some much needed advice for you. Water signs. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about this, any sort of feedback that you would like to leave, and share with your friends, family, loved ones. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the video. Subscribe and hit the bell notification to know when I upload my videos. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at sinfulpluto.com. The link will be down below if you desire to do that. And if you want to find me on social media, you can do so on Twitter and Instagram at Sinfulpluto. So with that being said, I hope that you have a wonderful week, my loves, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey, air signs, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Let's just go ahead and get right into your weekly reading. So Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, what's in store for you this upcoming week? What is in store for the air signs between November 4th all the way through the 10th? What's in store for the air signs between November 4th through the 10th? What should I be looking out for? Oh my God, chill out, bro. Chill out, dude. What's in store for the air signs this week? What's in store for the air signs? Okay, we got one card. Okay, bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands. King of Pentacles. Okay, you could be dealing with the earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Eight of Wands, Page of Pentacles reversed, and then the Two of Wands. This is similar, I think, to the spread that I pulled earlier for air signs the other day. Two of Wands, and then bottom of the deck is the Six of Swords. Under that is the High Priestess reversed, and under that is the Four of Wands. T. Okay. So air signs, I see that for some of you, there's a decision that you have to make this week with this Two of Wands here. That could be in relation to your career, especially because we have Wands and Pentacles. So this definitely is like money related or like career related. Some of you have a decision that, in terms of like career. With this card, I feel like some of you are kind of busy this week, like really busy, because you see her like a businesswoman. Like she looks like a businesswoman. She has her phone and she's like looking out in the distance. And whenever I see this card, I just think of someone who has like all of these connections and talking to all of these people to get her business running or to keep her business running, if that kind of makes sense. Like I just see a businesswoman with the Two of Wands. So there could be a lot of business endeavors that are taking place this week for some of you. Maybe there's decisions in terms of business or career that are taking place for some of you, air signs. The King of Pentacles would signify someone who is very, I don't know if you feel me shaking, but I'm shaking. Are you anxious? We have the King of Pentacles here, which would signify someone who is very stable, dependable, a provider, definitely like a material provider. I don't know, some of you are traveling to meet an earth sign or someone who is a provider of sense, or some, like maybe some of you like are visiting like a father figure, or maybe even like a romantic partner, or just someone who provides for you in some sort of way. Sugar daddy? That's a possibility for some of you. I think that some of you could be traveling somewhere to meet an earth sign or whatever, whoever this King of Pentacles is, or there could be someone who is visiting you, potential earth sign, because I have the King, right? And then I also have the Page of Pentacles reversed. Pages are usually someone younger. I wonder if there's someone younger than you who is trying to take advantage of your generosity, air signs. That could also be a possibility. I feel like there could be, whether it's an earth sign or not, it doesn't matter. There's someone who could be trying to take advantage of your generosity here, because the King is like the ultimate, you know, like he has everything that he needs, at least materially. And the Page of Pentacles would be like taking advantage of someone's niceness, although usually I would say it as like you taking advantage of someone else, but I feel like this page would be someone young. This would be either someone younger than you, or just someone in general who is trying to take advantage of you, of your generosity, like I keep on saying. Someone who like wants to expand their career, because the Two of Wands is right next to them. So this would be someone who like wants to expand on their career. I don't know if they want to use you for your resources. I don't know if you're aware of this or not. If they are, if you are, and if you're okay with it, then go for it. But if you're not aware of this, and if you ever had like a feeling that this person is using you, they probably are. Probably using you for your resources, because they want to network and get their names out there for whatever reason this is, whether it's to like be famous or like get in contact with people who can actually help them, or whatever it is. It doesn't feel like romantic or like a genuine friendship. It just kind of seems like they're using you for the money that you have, or for whatever resources that you have, whoever you know, so that they can like basically get to the next step in terms of like their career. It kind of feels like. Let's see. Okay, so first I want to get into this King of Pentacles. So who is this King of Pentacles? What are their intentions? What's going on here? Okay. Seven of Pentacles reversed came out, and we also have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. So Seven of Pentacles reversed to clarify the King of Pentacles. So this, to me, this could either be you or someone else, but whoever this King is, this King of Pentacles is definitely kind of lazy or complacent. They could also just be inconsistent in terms of their work, like on and off about, you know, their work ethic. Like I feel like this King's work ethic isn't necessarily the best. However, even though that's the case, like they're still on and popping. You know what I mean? Like everything is still working out in their favor, even though they don't necessarily put in the most work, which could be why this page is so interested in this King, because they see that the King really doesn't have to do much and they're still being rewarded. I also feel that with the Seven of Pentacles reversed and this Wheel of Fortune, this to me would kind of be saying that you basically reap what you sow. And so in terms of like this, if this King, whether it's you or another person, if the King has been lazy and really inconsistent with their work, you know, not really budgeting themselves correctly, not really being wise in terms of like finances and stuff like that, I feel like they're definitely going to be reaping reaping what they have sown in that sense. And so that's definitely something to be mindful of, air signs, is that if you haven't been consistent with your money, if you haven't been taking care of yourself financially, if like money has just been an issue for you because you are making unwise choices, then that could be coming back to bite you in the butt, so to speak. So that's just something to be mindful of. Who is this Page of Pentacles reversed? Who is this Page of Pentacles? What are their intentions? What is their role for air signs this week? Who is this Page of Pentacles reversed? Ooh, Ooh, okay, so for some of you, this King of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles could definitely be like the same person for you air signs, where like some of you are trying to keep up the appearance that you are the king. You want to reach the level of being a King of Pentacles where you have all of the luxuries that you need. However, Page of Pentacles reversed to me would be someone who is spending their money recklessly. And with the Eight of Wands, that would be like the action, the impulsivity there. And so having the Eight of Wands and the Page of Pentacles reversed, that's to me would be like impulsive spending, reckless spending, like a shopaholic sort of thing. And even though, you know, you want the luxurious sort of lifestyle, that's not really going to work out in your favor if you're being inconsistent, not working enough for your, like, not working for your money, not working for the thing that you want, if that kind of makes sense. So that could also be an issue. And so the Two of Wands can then signify the decision that you have to make in terms of whether or not you want to be financially wise or not, whether you are willing to budget. I also feel that this Two of Wands can signify that some of you might actually have to absolutely make a decision and really decide whether you want to continue going down the route that you're going down, which would be like inconsistency, financial dumbness, or if you want to actually start getting yourself together so that you don't end up, you know, reaping what you sow in terms of like the laziness, the inconsistency, the lack of effort, that sort of thing. Because karma is here. We have the Wheel of Fortune, which is telling me that you reap what you sow. All right, so let's clarify this Page of Pentacles reversed for you, air signs. What is this Page of Pentacles reversed for? Okay, that's way too many cards that are coming out. What is this Page of Pentacles reversed here? Bottom of the deck is a Chariot. Ooh, Three of Pentacles. Okay, so some of you might need to ask for financial advice from other people, or like from friends or teams or whatever it is. Some of you might need to like talk or collaborate with other people so that they can help you become a little bit more financially wise. We also have the Chariot, which is telling me that a lot of you really need to focus. You need to have like a hyper focus on your goals, and you really need to start moving forward and not allowing external distractions get the best of you, because I feel like that could really be an issue for some of you air signs. You could also just be dealing with a Cancer this week, air signs, because the Chariot is the Cancer card. So that could also be a possibility for some of you. But this more so just seems to me like you need to definitely work on not being distracted. Like you have to have a hyper focus. And with this Three of Pentacles here, like you can see the woman drawing, right? And you have to have concentration. You have to have focus in order to be doing that. You can't just be mindlessly doing it. Like you have to be concentrated and focused so that you see all of the details, so that you don't miss out on specific details. Because if you miss out on certain details, I feel like you could really mess up the overall painting or the drawing, if that kind of makes sense. And so to translate that to your overall life, you know, you really have to pay attention to details, be very aware as to where your money is going, be very aware of how much you're spending on your credit card, on your debit card, and be, you know, mindful of the amount that you're spending, of your bills and all of that sort of stuff, so that you don't end up really overwhelmed and not in the best financial situation because of poor money choices, if that makes sense. Obviously, like, this doesn't apply to people who like are struggling financially because they're just not making enough, if that makes sense. Like if they're like extreme financial situations where, you know, like money is just an issue overall, that's not what I'm referring to. I'm just talking about people who, you know, are making money but they're just not making wise choices, if that makes sense. So that's just something to be mindful of. I also have the Six of Wands reversed, which would be like pride and ego, like not wanting to admit that you're wrong. But also Six of Wands reverse would be like, you're not going to be getting the recognition or the fame or whatever it is that you desire by spending your money recklessly. And I also have the Fool, to me, which would be like mindlessness and impulsivity. So it's the same thing, man. Like it's definitely important for you air signs to be mindful and aware of like where you're putting your money, how much you're spending, all of the bills that you have to pay. Like finances really seem to be important for you this week. Be very mindful of like where you're putting your money and where it's going, how much you're spending, that sort of stuff. So with that being said, I think I'm going to leave it there. I really hope that this resonates with you, air signs. Let me know in the comments down below if it does. Give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or if there was any advice that you needed to hear. Share with your friends, family, loved ones. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at sinfulpluto.com. The link will be down below if you wish to just click on that. If you want to follow me on social media, you can do so on Twitter and Instagram at Sinfulpluto. And with that being said, my loves, I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. Please take care of yourselves. Be very try to practice financial awareness this week, and that's it. That's all I'm asking for you. Maybe drink some water as well. But other than that, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you later.